Hey guys, it's Pete, GCI Turf. Hope you're doing good. And yeah, I know this is totally and completely different than what you're normally seeing, but I'll explain that in a minute. First of all, man, we hit that 3,000 subscriber mark in a hurry. And I'm gonna tell you what, you guys are awesome. I cannot thank you enough to how you take time out of your day and watch this cat walk around in his yard talking about grass. So man, I'm grateful and humbled by it. Thank you so much. And that brings up the next thing. These three folks, Ron Seven Love, DJ Lawn Care, and Chris Mueller. I need to be very clear about this. These three folks right here. What I want you to do is I want you to go on my YouTube page and I want you to email me from my YouTube page. All right, and say, hey, this is DJ, hey, this is Ron, hey, this is Chris. That way I can verify who you are is who you are. And I'm gonna get your address, your shipping address. I'm gonna send each one of you a 50-pound bag of my custom tall fescue mix and a gallon of RGS. Now, so since we're nowhere near April 1st, I'm gonna make this interesting for you. If we can get to 4,000 subscribers before April 1st, I'm gonna give away 3 BioStimulant packs. That's 4 gallons of the Greene County products. So make sure you tell your friends to like and subscribe, and we'll do another drawing at 4,000 subs. From today, I think today's, I don't even know what today is. Just when you watch this video, look and see what day it was posted. From today until April 1st, 2018, if we hit the 4,000 mark, I'll do another drawing for 3. All right, so what brought this on is I've been getting hammered with emails asking, will this biostimulant work with their grass, or does it work with their grass type? So I'm gonna break this down as plain and as simple as I know how to do it. Now, if you chiming in and you wanted to learn something about cooking and all that kind of thing, I'm by no means a professional cooker, so I'm sorry. I do cook a pretty good steak though, so you're more than welcome to stay and watch that. But we're gonna talk about grass and dirt while we're cooking this, because I'm gonna use this food right here and compare it to something. This is gonna be your basic building blocks of a lawn care program. And what I mean by that, I'm not talking about a big box store program. I'm not talking about a Rudy Poop one. I'm talking about a hardcore, solid lawn care program that will make your turf rock. We're getting so many positive comments from Academy folks that are on this program, and they're just saying the grass that never looked like this before. What's the reason for that? And here we go. So you got 3 main nutrients. All right, before we start, this relates to any turf grass on the planet. Zoysia, centipede, St. Augustine, Bermuda, fescue, bluegrass, rye, perennial rye, whatever, you name it, this relates to it. So this is a big, broad, general topic, okay? I'm not gonna get in detail about anything. I'm gonna keep it real broad and general scale, so that you get the idea. So first of all, let's start with me. I'm gonna be tall fescue. Whatever grass you have in your yard, that's what you're gonna be. So Michael, if you got Bermuda in your yard, you're gonna be Bermuda grass tonight. And if John, if you got St. Augustine, you're gonna be St. Augustine tonight. So we are the grass, okay? We're the grass plant itself. We're gonna call this Blackstone Griddle right here, we're gonna call this the dirt. All right, this is your dirt right here. And then we're gonna start off with N, P, and K. That's nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Nitrogen is green and grow. Phosphorus is more for your root system. Potassium is more for stress and disease resistant, that kind of thing. I'm gonna relate that to a big old fat ribeye steak. They're your macronutrients. They're your main source of nutrition that your plant requires, or that your turf grass requires. So we're gonna take this steak and we're gonna relate that to like protein, because you know a steak's loaded with protein, and because that's just what I'm cooking tonight. I was hungry and I wanted a ribeye, so I went down to the store and picked up 3 ribeyes for me and my wife and my daughter. So that's why I'm using steak for an example. Now for you guys and gals that, I can't remember what you call them, but if you don't eat meat, you'll just have to bear with me on this one, because that's something I can't go without. I'm a country fella from birth, and we eat meat. And so if this is offensive, I'm sorry, and I respect your opinion, but we're gonna use a steak for your NP and K, all right? Nitrogen being the main one out of those macronutrients. I got some broccoli over here, and I've got some asparagus over here, and we're gonna use those as micronutrients. We'll call them calcium and iron and magnesium and manganese and zinc and all those things that you typically and rarely get from pretty much any fertilizer out there, unless it's a specialty type deal. So let's get going. I'm gonna just grease up there's a little olive oil right there, is all that is. Yep. Then you got to remember, we are going to be the plant. So we're going to uptake this nitrogen and this phosphorus and this potassium right here in a minute. But I'm going to show you how we can make that steak better and how it relates to your yard. The second thing we're going to need for our plant is we're going to need some micros. And you know, everybody, it ain't rocket scientists. You need to eat your greens, right? You need to eat your veggies, all that kind of stuff. That's just common sense, right? Grandma told you to eat your veggies and makes you big and strong and healthy. Well, it ain't no different with micronutrients. Turf needs them. Of course, it don't need as much of them as your big boys, but it does need them. So we're going to put a little microgreen on it right here. We're going to get this microgreen right. I'm going to tell you what, man, this Blackstone Griddle is one of the best things I ever spent money on, because it is it makes this food taste unbelievable. All right, now here's where we're going to kind of get into these biostimulants and things like that. You know, we got our NP and K that we're going to take in. That's our big boys that the plant needs most of, and you know, your body needs quite a bit of protein, so we're using that protein as the analogy. And here's just some micronutrients, and I got some more broccoli over here. We're going to call that micronutrient too, because you know, these things supply your body with a little bit different things than your steak's going to supply your body with, right? So it's no different. It's absolutely the same concept as your NP and K is going to do something for the plant, and then your micronutrients are going to do something different for the plant. A lot of your micronutrients, if you study up on them, aid in photosynthesis and cell division and a lot of cool things like that. But you can read up more on that. We're not going to get into detail because I'm trying to break this down as simple as I can break it so that we can get it. So talking about your biostimulants. Now before I brought this steak out here and before I brought this asparagus out here, what I did was I went inside and I put me a little bit of olive oil on this asparagus, and I put a little light coat of salt and pepper, crushed pepper and sea salt. Well, what that sea salt and what that crushed pepper does is it enhances the flavor of this asparagus. It makes it taste better. It just does. So your biostimulants are going to do the same thing for your micronutrients. They're going to make them work better. They're going to make them taste better to the grass, right? They're going to make it more efficient. The grass is going to be able to take them up easier, all that kind of thing. Now, before I come out here with this steak, now I'm a Cajun guy. I like things spicy. I'm a jalapeno dude. I can eat them raw off the vine. And I put a little Cajun seasoning on these steaks right here. Well, you know, you may season your steak a different way, and that's completely fine, but I like mine like this. So it's gonna make this steak taste better to me. So it's no different than, and we can call that seasoning, call it fulvic acid or kelp. Pick one of the biostimulants and call it that. Of course, they all have a little slightly different role, but all together, they're going to make this nitrogen and this phosphorus and this potassium right here on my big macronutrients. It's going to make it work better, right? And then, as you know, still it's going to make my steak taste better too. So that's kind of how it relates to me. We need some more micronutrients over here. So let's, about out of oil. I think we can make that work. I need some more micros. Now this is one of my absolute favorite things to cook on this griddle, is this broccoli. You know, I know you've been to that Japanese restaurant where they cook that food up in front of you, and they put that little bit of soy sauce on it and a little bit of butter. Well, that's the way we're gonna do this. My goodness. We got our NP and K. We got some micronutrients over here. And I'm going to show you what binds all this stuff together here in a minute, because it's going, when I say that, I think it's going to click with you. But you got to remember, we're putting all these biostimulants in the ground, and it's making everything work better, making your dirt sweeter, making it better, making it more productive, bringing your biology to life. Therefore, you know, you heard me in one of the videos talk about how the biology in the ground converts the nitrogen over to a usable form for the plant. And the more you put in the ground of biostimulants, the more that happens. The easier it happens, the more efficient that happens. Look at that. So I like to get that little char on it right there. Get that little bit of black on it. Boy, that's some good flavor right there now. Of course, I got a video about me cooking eggs Christmas morning on this Blackstone, and it had a lot of hits on it. And boy, I'm telling you, it's some major food critics out there. Y'all be easy on me. I ain't no pro with this. I'm going to do the same thing with that broccoli. I'm going to let that broccoli get a little sear on it before I flip it over. I'm going to actually steam that broccoli right here on this griddle. I think I'm ready to flip these bad boys. Yep. Like so. Alright, so now I'm going to add what, in my opinion, is the main, put it in quotation marks, biostimulant. It's the humic acid. All right, it kind of binds everything together, makes everything work better, makes your fertilizer more efficient. Also, you can even, in some cases, use less fertilizer on your turf. So I'm gonna let this butter be my humic acid, because man, you know how good butter is. Good day in the morning. That's something I just can't live without, right? So we're gonna let that be our main biostimulant here. I'm gonna kind of rub it on there right there and coat that real good. If all you health nuts out there, I know you probably screaming at your phone right now saying, don't do it. Well, I don't do this often. It's a once in a blue moon. I got 3 kids, and I do like to be as healthy as I can be, because they need a daddy, and I need to be around. So this isn't an all the time thing for me. Now remember, we're applying biostimulants to the ground, to the plant. Pick one. In a lot of cases, both. And those biostimulants are making this dirt better. It's making the nutrition that we apply, which comes in the form of fertilizer, it's making that nutrition more available to the plant. It's making it better for the plant. making it stronger for the plant. It ain't nothing but goodness, okay? Nothing but goodness. And that applies to any turf type on the planet. And my broccoli's starting to get a little char on it now. I'm gonna give that a little toss here and there. So by flavoring all this stuff, salt and pepper, a little salt and pepper, my Cajun seasoning, a little butter, all that flavoring, that salt and pepper and butter, you gotta let that be your biostimulant. Regardless of which one it is, just in big general terms, the flavoring is the biostimulant. And it makes this food taste better to me. Now, it may not make it better for me. I get that part, but we're talking about taste in relation to how the plant uses fertilizer. So it's going to give me a, whew, excuse me, it's going to give me a better flavor. Therefore, I like it better. You know, and it's just the way it is. You know, when you flavor something up, it tastes better. Seasoning makes it taste better. And see, when I eat this tonight, here in just a minute, I'm gonna get all my main source, my NP and K. Remember, I'm a tall fescue plant right now. I'm gonna get all my NP and K right here. I'm gonna get my micronutrients, and all this works better for me because I'm putting biostimulants in the ground continuously. That is one of the reasons. Matter of fact, that's probably the main reason my yard looks as good as it does. Of course, I do all the cultural practices like watering and mowing height, big deal, very big deal. And been putting my micronutrients and these biostimulants on my yard for quite some time now, and you're seeing the fruit of that labor. You know, dirt wasn't made yesterday. Okay, we need to get that in our mind that it takes a little bit of time to change dirt. You know, talking about water, let's talk about that. Of course, I need water to survive, and so do you. You need oxygen and you need sunlight. Well, the plant needs water too. So with this little glass of water right here, we're going to let that represent your irrigation system, all right? Or well water, even well water. You can put that in this glass. Well, this would be good to drink and wash down this food right here, but I would much rather have rainwater, because your turf is always going to react better to rainwater than it does to irrigation water. It's common sense. So here's my rainwater right here. It's my sweet tea that I make. And yeah, I'm addicted to it. I'll be the first to tell you. So I hope this has helped. I mean, I thought it would be pretty cool and maybe a little humorous or whatever to show you how these biostimulants kind of relate. Because I'm just, you know, I answer all the comments, and I'm going to answer all the emails I get. That's just, you know, I'm going to talk with you. I ain't going to run from you. Just getting so many questions about it. Is it good to use it here? Is it good to use it there? It's good. It's like butter. Butter makes everything taste better. For the most part, at least it does to me. And your biostimulants are going to make your ground better. Biostimulants are more for the ground, the dirt, soil, clay, topsoil. Pick one. That's where the focus of the biostimulant is, not on the plant. It just makes everything that you put in the ground as far as fertilizer goes, it makes it more effective for the plant. Does that make sense? Good day in the morning, boy. I'm gonna eat like a king tonight. That you've watched this video and you've seen me cook a little bit, and you've heard me talk about biostimulants and fertilizer and micronutrients and things like that. You now know that if you want to have a healthier soil and you want to make your fertilizer, now I want to make something else clear. I'm not talking about the Academy fertilizer. I'm talking about any fertilizer. Milorganite. Go to Lesco's, buy you a bag of whatever. If you want to make that fertilizer work better for your turf grass, and it's like getting the most bang for your buck. You spend a little bit more on your biostimulants, and it works. We've been using them for years in our lawn care service, and I can give you first-hand experience that biostimulants are an amazing, amazing thing for the ground and to help your fertilizer work better. So don't just think I'm talking about Academy fertilizer. I ain't trying to promote that or nothing. I want you to know that the biostimulants work for anything. You go buy your own fertilizer. Now I know some of you screaming, I done cooked that steak too long. Well, I haven't, because I've cooked 100 steaks on this thing before. That's just a big old thick piece of meat right there. And I know about how long it takes to cook it, but they're just about ready. I'm gonna have to put that side on low and we'll get a plate. And in case you are wondering, I have been cooking this on a very, very low temperature. That's why it's been on there for longer than you probably would have thought it would have been. I'm gonna set this over here. Here we go. I'm gonna kind of pile that up a little bit right there. I'm gonna do two things. One, I'm gonna get my soy sauce ready. Two, I'm gonna get me a little water ready. Pour a little bit of water right there. A little bit of soy sauce. Look at that. And just a pinch more, just a drizzle of soy. Don't take much of that. I mean just a drizzle. And I'm gonna flip it over like that. Now I realize I ramble a lot. That's why these videos are a little longer probably than you want them. So I'm working on making shorter videos. I know I like to talk. But at the end of the day, I hope this has helped. I hope you understand a little bit more of a good general knowledge about biostimulants and who can use them, where you can use them, and when you can use them. You can put them on the turf at any time you want. We offer a schedule per se that kind of correlates with different times of the year, time frames, where it would maximize the use of that particular biostimulant. So, but at the end of the day, you can put them on anytime you want to. There's no real set rules about when and how to apply a biostimulant, or when to. Of course, I don't think you can overdo them. We chose the biostimulants we chose because there's no harm in them. They're nothing but goodness, kind of like butter. You know, you put a little bit of extra butter on your steak, it's gonna make it taste better. So hey, like, subscribe, do all that cool stuff. Appreciate you watching me cook. I've had fun talking while I'm cooking. My wife and my kids are hungry, and I can hear them in there screaming at me, so I better go. Get your dirt right.